Logan Paul and Drew win over Usos. YouTube script, you've got to be kidding me. Logan Paul, the part-time YouTuber who wrestles maybe 10 matches a year, just beat the Usos with Drew McIntyre on Raw in a WarGames Advantage match. The same Usos who are the most decorated tag team in WWE history, who held the tag titles for over 600 days, who have been carrying the tag division for years, just lost to a celebrity who doesn't even work full-time. This is either the most disrespectful booking decision WWE has made all year, or it's the setup for the greatest War Games storyline we've seen in modern WWE. And the fact that this gives Logan and Drew the advantage going into War Games has everyone questioning whether WWE even respects their own tag team division anymore. Before we break down how this shocking result happened and why it has the wrestling world divided, tell me, did Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre earn this win, or did WWE just sacrifice the Usos to push their celebrity wrestler? Drop your honest take now. Monday Night Raw just delivered one of the most controversial match results of the year, and depending on who you ask, it's either brilliant storytelling or complete disrespect to full-time wrestlers. Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre defeated the Usos in a War Games Advantage match, and the implications are massive for Survivor Series. Let's establish what happened in this match because the details matter for understanding the controversy. This was a standard tag team match with War Games Advantage on the line. The winners get to enter War Games with a numerical advantage, which is huge in that chaotic structure. The Usos came in as the established veterans, the team with chemistry, the brothers who've worked together their entire careers. Uso and Jimmy Uso are a machine when they're in sync. They know each other's movements instinctively. They finish each other's sequences. Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre are a makeshift team. Drew is a singles competitor who works alone. Logan is a part-timer who's never been in a traditional tag team. They don't have the chemistry or experience working together that the Usos have. But that's what makes the result so shocking. Despite all the Usos' advantages, despite their experience and chemistry, Logan and Drew pulled off the victory. The War Games advantage now belongs to their team. The match itself was apparently competitive, which some people appreciate and others hate. If it was a squash where Logan and Drew dominated, that would be different. But having the Usos look strong in defeat while still losing is a specific booking choice. The finish is crucial. How did Logan and Drew win? Was it clean? Was there interference? Did someone make a mistake? The manner of victory determines how we interpret the result. A fluky win is different from decisive domination. The crowd reaction tells us everything about how this landed. Were fans excited by the upset? Were they angry? Were they confused? WWE's live audience is usually a good barometer for whether booking works. What was your immediate reaction when Logan and Drew won? Excitement? Anger? Shock? Describe it. Now let's talk about Logan Paul specifically because he's the most controversial element of this entire situation. Logan is undeniably talented in the ring. His athleticism is real, his matches have been good, his learning curve has been impressive. Nobody can deny those facts. But Logan doesn't pay dues the way traditional wrestlers do. He works a handful of matches per year. He doesn't grind on the road. He doesn't work house shows. He's not in the back every week putting in the work that full-time wrestlers do. The Usos have been working for WWE for over a decade. They've been on the road constantly. They've worked hundreds of matches. They've sacrificed their bodies and time with family. They've earned every accomplishment through blood, sweat, and tears. So when Logan Paul beats the Usos, it sends a message: all that hard work doesn't matter as much as celebrity and social media following. You can show up occasionally, and WWE will push you over people who've dedicated their lives to the business. That's what makes people furious. It's not about Logan's ability, it's about what his push represents. It's WWE prioritizing mainstream attention over rewarding loyalty and dedication. The counterargument is that Logan brings value to WWE that goes beyond in-ring work. His social media following exposes WWE to millions of people who wouldn't otherwise watch. His celebrity draws casual fans. His mainstream credibility helps WWE's image. From a business perspective, pushing Logan makes sense. He's an asset that WWE should capitalize on. Keeping him in prominent positions maximizes their return on investment. Plus, Logan has shown respect to the business in his own way. He trains, he takes bumps, he puts on good performances. He's not phoning it in. He's genuinely trying to be good at wrestling. Should celebrity status matter in wrestling, or should it only be about paying dues and time invested? Big philosophical question. Let's discuss Drew McIntyre's role in all this because Drew is the other half of the winning team. Drew is a legitimate main event talent who's been in WWE for years. He's earned his position through consistent excellence. But Drew teaming with Logan creates complications for his character. Is Drew okay with being associated with a part-timer? Does he resent it? Does he see it as necessary to win War Games? The character dynamics matter. If Drew is portrayed as happy to team with Logan, that makes Drew look like he's sold out. He's willing to align with someone who hasn't paid dues because it benefits him. That's a character choice with consequences. If Drew is portrayed as reluctant but pragmatic, that's more interesting. Maybe Drew doesn't like Logan but recognizes that winning war games requires putting personal feelings aside. That creates internal conflict. Drew's presence also legitimizes Logan in some fans' eyes. Having a respected veteran as your partner suggests you belong at that level. Drew gives Logan credibility through association, but it also means Drew's talents are being used to elevate Logan rather than Drew himself. Is that the best use of Drew McIntyre? Shouldn't he be in his own main event programs rather than supporting a celebrity? WWE has to balance these considerations. They want Logan to look credible but not at the expense of making their full-time talent look like supporting players. Should Drew McIntyre be teaming with Logan Paul, or is this beneath someone of Drew's caliber? Give your opinion. Here's what's making people absolutely furious: the Usos losing to Logan and Drew feels like WWE doesn't value their tag team division. If the greatest tag team of this generation can lose to a makeshift team with a part-timer, what does that say about tag team wrestling? The tag division has been WWE's weak point for years. Teams break up constantly. Few teams get proper development. Championships change hands without meaning. And now the Usos, who've been the one constant bright spot, are losing to thrown-together tandems. This result suggests that tag team wrestling doesn't matter to WWE. That being a great tag team means nothing if WWE decides to put a couple of single stars together. That's demoralizing for every tag team working hard to be taken seriously. The Usos deserved better. They've been loyal to WWE, they've delivered in every situation, they've made the tag titles feel important. And their reward is being fed to Logan Paul to get him over for War Games. But here's the alternative perspective: maybe this loss is storytelling. Maybe the Usos being upset and motivated creates a better narrative. Maybe they come back stronger and more determined. Maybe this is the adversity that leads to their redemption. Wrestling has always been about faces overcoming obstacles. If the Usos won easily, where's the story? Having them lose creates drama, creates stakes, creates investment in seeing them bounce back. Plus, the Usos losing one match doesn't erase their legacy. They're still the most accomplished tag team in WWE history. One loss, even to Logan and Drew, doesn't change that. People are overreacting. Does this loss damage the Usos' legacy, or is it just one match in a long career? Perspective needed. Now let's talk about the War Games implications, because that's what this match was really about. Logan and Drew winning means their team gets to enter War Games with a numerical advantage. That's huge strategically. War Games is chaos. Having an extra person early gives your team massive control. You can overwhelm the opposition before they can build momentum. The advantage can be the difference between winning and losing. But here's the question: what team are Logan and Drew on? Who are their War Games partners? The composition of the team matters for understanding the full picture. If Logan and Drew are leading their own team, they get to choose who joins them. That's power and influence. They become key players in the War Games narrative. If they're joining an existing team, this win proves their value to that team. They've earned their spot by delivering when it mattered. That's a different dynamic. The opponents matter too. Who is Logan and Drew's team facing in War Games? If it's the Bloodline, that creates interesting dynamics. If it's a different faction, the calculus changes. War Games is WWE's most unique match structure. 2 rings, 1 cage, timed entries, pure carnage. Having Logan Paul in that environment for potentially his first War Games ever is either exciting or terrifying depending on your perspective. Can Logan handle the chaos and brutality of War Games? Or is he in over his head? That's a legitimate question that creates intrigue. Who do you want to see in War Games? Build your ideal teams for both sides of the match. Here's a controversial take: maybe Logan Paul winning is exactly what WWE needs to create compelling War Games drama. Maybe having him as the advantage makes fans want to see him get destroyed in the actual match. Think about it. If Logan is positioned as having an unfair advantage, that makes him the heel. Fans will tune in hoping to see him lose. That's effective storytelling even if people hate the journey to get there. Logan's presence automatically makes War Games a bigger deal. His social media promotion, his mainstream attention, his celebrity status all bring eyes to the event. More eyes mean more success for everyone involved. WWE might be playing 4D chess here. Make Logan look strong now so his eventual comeuppance feels more satisfying. The higher you build someone up, the more cathartic it is when they fall. But the risk is that WWE actually intends for Logan to look strong throughout and possibly even win War Games. That would be the ultimate disrespect to full-time wrestlers. If Logan's team wins War Games, the backlash would be nuclear. WWE has to walk a tightrope. Use Logan to create interest without making full-time talent look inferior. Use his celebrity to boost the event without making it feel like celebrities are more important than wrestlers. The execution matters more than the concept. Logan winning this advantage match could lead to great storytelling if WWE handles it correctly. Or it could be another example of WWE prioritizing celebrity over craft. Would you be okay with Logan's team winning WarGames, or would that be going too far? Where's your line? Here's what WWE absolutely must do to make this result lead somewhere worthwhile and not just be random upset booking. First, have the Usos react strongly. They should be furious about losing. Show them demanding rematches, attacking Logan and Drew, being obsessed with revenge. Make the loss matter to them. Second, create tension within Logan and Drew's partnership. They won together, but do they trust each other? Plant seeds of future conflict while they work together for WarGames. Third, build Logan's team properly. Give us interesting partners. Create dynamics and storylines. Don't just throw 5 people together randomly. Fourth, make WarGames deliver. After all this build-up, the match needs to be excellent. Logan needs to prove he can hang in that environment. Fifth, have consequences after WarGames. Whether Logan's team wins or loses, there should be fallout that affects multiple storylines going forward. Sixth, don't bury the Usos. They need to recover from this loss and look strong again. One match shouldn't kill their momentum permanently. If you were booking WarGames, what would be the finish? Who wins and how? Fantasy book it. Let me give you my prediction for where this all leads. I think the Usos will be obsessed with getting revenge on Logan and Drew. This loss eats at them and drives their actions heading into WarGames. I think Logan's team will be loaded with talent to compensate for his part-time status. WWE will surround him with workers who can carry the match. I think WarGames itself will be chaotic with Logan having memorable spots, but ultimately his team loses. WWE gets to showcase Logan while still protecting full-time talent. I think Drew turns on Logan either during or after WarGames. Their partnership is temporary and Drew eventually shows he doesn't respect Logan's shortcut to success. I think the Usos get their win back eventually, possibly even during WarGames itself. They prove they're better than the upset result suggested. I think long-term, this controversial win is remembered as a moment that created conversation rather than damaging anyone's career. Everyone involved benefits from the attention. Do you agree with my predictions? What am I missing? Give me your version of how this plays out. Here's my final take on Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre's shocking win over the Usos. This is controversial booking that's generating exactly the reaction WWE wants. People are talking, debating, arguing. That engagement is valuable regardless of whether people like the result. Logan Paul is polarizing, and that's not necessarily bad. Wrestling needs figures that create strong reactions. Apathy is the real enemy, not hatred. The Usos are professional enough to make anyone look good. This loss doesn't diminish their legacy. They're still one of the greatest teams ever. Drew McIntyre is being used strategically to bridge the gap between celebrity and traditional wrestling. That's smart positioning even if it's not ideal for Drew personally. WarGames is going to be must-see television regardless of how you feel about this result. The controversy creates interest, and interest drives viewership. WWE needs to deliver on the promise this result creates. They've made a bold booking choice, now they need to justify it with excellent follow-through. Now I need your complete thoughts. On a scale of 1 to 10, how shocking was this result? Did Logan and Drew deserve to win this match? Are you more or less interested in WarGames because of this? Should the Usos have won, or was this the right call? Can Logan Paul succeed in the WarGames environment? What's your prediction for WarGames winners? Is this the worst booking decision WWE made this year, or are people overreacting? Smash that like button if this result made you want to comment. Subscribe to Wrestling Newsletter because we're covering every controversial WWE decision. Hit that notification bell. Share this video with everyone who has opinions about Logan Paul and wrestling. This win over the Usos has divided the wrestling world. Let's debate. The road to WarGames just got very interesting. Let's see if WWE can turn this controversial decision into compelling storytelling. The next few weeks will tell us everything.